Hey there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Brill and I are here today to talk to you about a book that has been a favorite of ours for a really long time. This book is actually something that came out in the early 2000s. I remember reading it when I was still in high school and absolutely just fell in love with it, and it's a book I still think about a lot even now to this day. And even though it was written probably about 20 years ago or so, it's still very fun and relevant, and it's just a great read. And it also is perfect because it really fits into the summer reading theme, which I do want to say this is the last week of summer reading. Can you believe it? I definitely can't. How fast did the past 2 months go? Summer always goes by fast, but I think the little period of summer reading always seems to go by even faster. So this is a really great book to read if you need something to cap off your summer reading goals, if you're looking for something to fit within the theme of Oceans of Possibility, or if you're not even doing summer reading at all and you're just looking for a great, fun summer book. This is a wonderful one. So what is it? What book am I talking about? Well, this is Bloody Jack, and it's by L.A. Meyer, and it's actually the first book in this series. So you have to start with this one. You have to start with Bloody Jack, and the full title is Bloody Jack, being an account of the curious adventures of Mary Jackie Faber, ship's boy. So this book is about a young girl named Jackie. She's just about 12. She's not really sure her age. And she's living on the streets in the 1700s in England. So she's living on the streets. She is scavenging for food, and is basically living with this gang of other kids who try to take care of each other, but it's very cutthroat. She's basically all on her own, starving practically, basically living day by day, until she finds out that this warship is leaving the dock, going off in pursuit of adventures to hunt down pirates and such like that, and they are looking for ship's boys to join in their in their quest. The only problem is Jackie's a girl. So she disguises herself as a boy, goes on the ship, presents herself as Jackie as a boy, and basically just cross-dresses her way onto this ship and into the lives of the captain and all its crew. One of the things that I really liked about this book, and I remember it very clearly, is first of all, on the ship, the HMS Dolphin, it has a really great, in the front of the book, a really great description of the boat, all the parts of the boat, and where things are located, like the captain's cabin, basically what some of these names of the parts of boats are, because I'm not really a boat person. I've maybe been on a boat like a handful of times in my entire life, so I don't really know the terms for stuff. So when she uses the terms for things, there's a really great description here that helps you out. Also, a lot of the different jobs that a crew has when they're on the ship goes over all that as well. So basically this story is like a rip-roaring adventure of Jackie not only trying to survive and make a name for herself on the ship, but also keep her secret under wraps, because back in the day, and maybe even a little bit today too, men were very superstitious about women being on boats, and it was considered bad luck. So if Jackie is found out, most likely she would get, at the very least, arrested. At the very worst, they'd probably throw her overboard. So it's a life or death situation, basically, for her to try to keep under wraps who she really is. And that makes it even more difficult when she starts to kind of fall in love with one of the other boys on the ship named Jamie. And it's a very difficult situation, to say the least. So the other thing I really loved about this book is Jackie herself. I just love female protagonists who are just outright survivors. I love female protagonists who will do anything to survive, to get through to the next day. I love them so much, and Jackie is absolutely that type of protagonist. She's wonderful. She's fantastic. I loved reading about her and her adventures, and I couldn't get enough, which is great because like I said, there is an entire series, at least 10 more books after this one. So if you read this and you really, really like it, you don't have to be sad that it's the end, because you have an entire new series now to start. And like I said, this came out a long time ago, about 20 years or so, and it's still just as good as it was back then. Wonderful story. If you're looking for great characters, great adventure, this is really one you don't want to miss. And if you love stories about the sea and about ships and about, people and pirates and all kinds of stuff like that, this is a great book. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Bloody Jack. Well, that's what we've got for you today. I hope that this book sounds really interesting and you'll like it. You end up liking it as much as I do. Please feel free to check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also, if you still have reading hours that you need to log, make sure you do it this week because this is the last week of summer reading and you want to come in and get your prize. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.